This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 FM and iTalk1067.com. Also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Regional Medical Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports, and Comfort Fit Dentures. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school basketball on iTalk 1067 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
A very good evening, folks. Welcome to Don Petronovich Gymnasium on the campus of Winslow High School. We are around the corner from standing on the corner here in Winslow, Arizona, where for Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 worldwide on iTalk1067.com. We have the visiting Alchesay Falcons here to take on the Winslow Bulldogs in a pool play game is what they're calling it. But nonetheless, the winner goes on, the loser goes home. I am Aaron Hewish. I'm joined tonight by the man, the myth, the legend, Quentin Hayes. Quentin, how you doing this evening?
Hey, doing great, Aaron. How you doing?
Good. We're going to first go to our Summit Healthcare Injury Report. Summit Regional Medical Center has everything your athlete needs to get back in the game. Summit Regional Medical Center. And the first thing we have to mention tonight, Quentin, is we understand that number 45, Josh David, is in uniform and will be playing tonight for the Winslow Bulldogs. Talk a little bit about what you know about that and that injury and where he comes back in this.
Yeah, so Josh injured his back. I believe it was in the Blue Ridge game. From what I know of it, it was a spinal injury. He took a week off, was out of school. I talked to him earlier today. He says he's ready to go. So,
will he be in the starting lineup, do you think?
I'm not sure he'll be in the starting lineup. We didn't discuss that, but just to have him on the floor, I think that's a blessing for Winslow. So we'll see what Coach Jordan decides to do.
We'll see what it is, but nonetheless, having him just in uniform is going to be a huge boost to these Winslow Bulldogs. As next we go to the Alchesay Falcons, Coach Oaklish assures me that his Falcons are rearing and ready to go as they travel up, and you wouldn't know by the crowd that it's a home game for the Bulldogs, as Alchesay has brought a contingent with them, and they have packed it. So that has been your Summit Regional Medical Center Healthcare Injury Report, as Summit Regional Medical Center has everything your athlete needs to get back in the game. And next we have our Ace Hardware keys to the game. Ace Hardware is a 24/7 locksmith. Anytime you're knocked out of your car, anytime you need a key made, day or night, any night of the week, Ace Hardware, the White Mountains, Sholo, Pine Top, and Overguard. And Q, I gotta ask you, to me it's all about fundamental basketball. Blocking, shooting, dribbling, avoid turning over the ball. But what are the actual keys that we're gonna have tonight to this game?
Looking at last contest, Aaron, for Winslow, it's going to be not shooting too many threes. And I think that was their issue last meeting is, they didn't get into an offensive set. They start rushing threes. There was long rebounds. Alchesay was able to get back in transition. Winslow, early in the year, they played good transition defense. Then late in the year, it seems like, the struggle to get back, and Alchesay was able to get back in the game and win the game. So I think Winslow's just going to have to just be patient, not rush three-point shots and get into a half-court set.
What you mentioned in there is long rebounds, and what I got to wonder about that is how Alchesay with their swingman, Micah Yazzie, is going to contend with both Curtis and Taylor for the Bulldogs. Because if we're going to have those long rebounds, there's going to be a fight all night for those long rebounds. And I expect Yazzie, as well as Butterfield a little bit, and Bullcap, and Dossala, as well as Max Antonio. The one who controls the boards is going to be an advantage tonight. Would you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree, Aaron. And I think Butterfield's going to be the key to the game. And, with his athleticism, and I think, with his ability to rebound, we'll see how Winslow responds, but, let's pay attention to kind of how, I don't know what Kyle's going to do in terms of substitution.
Well, that's the other thing I think, too, is with David back, that makes the Winslow bench deep, but Coach Oaklish has a really deep bench as well. Folks, we are going to take a break as they do the national anthem. We're going to come back and bring you the starting lineups. We're hoping it's in that order, so we're going to go ahead and take a break. And this is your Ace Hardware keys to the game. Anytime you need a key made, any day of the night, any night of the week, call Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Pine Top, Overguard, and Sholo. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
George Strait, Miranda Lambert, and $1,000 cash. With any windshield replacement, you start with 2 delicious dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters.
I love you so much.
And this year's big Valentine giveaway is one you'll never forget when you pick up 2 ground floor up close and personal tickets to see the King of Country, George Strait, live in concert. Joined by the incredible Miranda Lambert and $1,000 cash.
Honey, you're the best!
Fix your windshield, get an amazing date night, and maybe win the concert trip of a lifetime. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today. You know the jingle.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
You have a vision, a brand to build, a message to share. You need signs that turn heads, apparel that makes a statement, banners that grab attention, and business cards to leave a lasting impression. Your success starts with the right tools. That's where we come in. Allegra Sholo brings your ideas to life with custom designs and top quality products, helping you stand out and grow your brand. Let's make something amazing together. Call Allegra Sholo today.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
For years, he's battled the toughest opponent of his life.
He's down.
But today, with Dr. Arnault and Comfort Fit Dentures, the fight changes. With Comfort Fit Dentures and Sholo, you can taste the victory. With free exams and x-rays, an in-house lab, and payment plans starting at just $110 a month, Comfort Fit makes it easy to claim victory. Call today for your free exam and x-rays.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com as we're getting ready for the starting lineups and paying close attention to what Coach Goklish is going to have. It looks like we're first going to have Judah Yazzie, number 2 tonight. And Daryl Bullcalf. So Coach Goklish switching up the lineup just a little bit, but these are the players that have performed extremely well the last few weeks. And of course, Adrian Dosala, my guess is it's going to be Antonio and Yazzie. But it look, oh no, they're going with, so it looks like Antonio is not a starter. It's going to be Butterfield. So they're going to have Max Antonio coming off the bench, which is going to be huge. And there's Micah Yazzie, one of our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass intent player of the games this year. So we've got Yazzie, Bullcalf, Docela, Butterfield, and Yazzie. And if you can hear it and see the shake of the camera, it is about to get very loud in here, folks.
I don't have a volume. There we go.
Looks like Jeremiah Acothly, Antonio Nezzi, and Quentin, they put Josh David in the starting lineup. Does that surprise you at all?
No, because the fact that it's a playoff game, it's do or die, and you need your best, your starting side in the lineup, so I'm happy to see him out there.
So, of course, we have Jaden Curtis, and then last but not least is going to be Jacoby Chi. And Jacoby Chi, just an absolute solid player this season for the Bulldogs. So as we get set, we're going to get set for our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off the college with the lowest tuition in the state. Now for bachelor's degrees in business and education, Northland Pioneer College, locations in Navajo and Apache County. Northland Pioneer College. As we have, I believe, Butterfield and Josh David to jump center, as Mr. Brian Ecoff, our head official, is going to throw up the ball tonight. Ball is up and we are underway as it is controlled by the Falcons. It's thrown back in the backcourt to Judy Yazzie. Yazzie gives it to Docela. Docela brings it over the time stripe. Docela now puts up a play. Signals to his team. Over now to Bullcalf. Bullcalf to his left. Bullcalf now back out to Yazzie. Over in the hands of Butterfield. Butterfield back out to Docela. Still hanging out in the outside of the arc as Docela spins. Now he gives it to Bullcalf. Bullcalf. Comfort fit dentures. Three-point shot, Darryl Bullcalf. And wow, what a dagger to go with right away, Quentin.
Yeah, one thing, Aaron, we need to pay attention to is see how Josh David does his conditioning. There he goes.
As Josh David comes right in, gathers a loose ball, and puts it back in for 2 points for the Winslow Bulldogs. 3-2, 7:08 left here in the first quarter. As Docela brings the ball, Docela over to Yazzie. Yazzie, be all-around player for the Falcons. As Docela loses it, it's gained back in by Bullcalf. Bullcalf puts it up, no good. Rebound is by Acothly. Acothly dribbling it forward. Acothly now throws it over to, that is Jacoby Chi. Over now to Nezzi. Inside to David. David puts it up and in, no good. Whistle and a foul. So no good, but Quentin, I just noticed that he grabbed his back right there.
Yeah, that's what I said. We got to pay attention to how his back's doing. Like I said, he had that back injury. He missed a week of practice. So hopefully Josh is able to go the whole 4 quarters. So pay attention to that, Aaron.
Yazzie with his first personal first team. David's first free throw is off. As 3-2, 6:37 left. David's second free throw is up and on its way, and that is no good. And I got to attribute that to being out for a little bit. Rebound is by Curtis. Curtis loses it, and now it's in the hands of the Falcons. Bullcalf with the ball. Bullcalf to Yazzie. Back now to Docela. Docela looking for Micah Yazzie. Micah Yazzie to his left, top of the arc. Over to Bullcalf. Now to Docela. Three-point attempt, no good. Rebound is... Acothly's going to get credit at the rebound, but credit Curtis for getting it to him.
That's Acothly's second rebound.
As we have a three-pointer on the way. Comfort, fit, dentures. Three-point shot, Jacoby Chi. Ball's in the hands. It's 5-3. Bulldogs on top. Yazzie with the ball. Yazzie loses it. It's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say that it stays. Watch the replay. Oh my goodness, great job by our replay crew. They captured that perfectly. It's going to be Falcons ball. Yazzie not listening to the officials, so the ball gets set down. As Yazzie now into Docela. Docela driving the baseline. Docela puts it up, no good. David with the rebound, Josh David. Akothley with the ball. Akothley now over to Chi. No, over to Nezi. Now it's back in the hands of Nezi. And it's strike throw, long court pass, and it's intercepted. Here come the Falcons. As the ball is forward to Judy Yazzie, it's out of bounds. Now Winslow ends up with the ball. David now to Chi. Here comes Chi to his left. Chi now to Akothley. 3-point on its way. No good. Rebound Curtis. Curtis puts it up, no good. Fight for the rebound again. As we're going to get a whistle, we're going to get a push. The foul's going to go against David. And they're going to control, Alchesay will control the ball. As David is putting, I got to agree, when you look at the replay, that was a great call.
Yeah, it definitely was a great call, but, you got to credit David for being aggressive and, him trying to make something happen.
Yazzie with the ball for the Falcons. Yazzie now to his right. He's at the free throw line. He spins, takes 2 steps, puts it up and in. It's going to be no good. David with the rebound. David now to Chi. Chi brings it over center court. Chi dribbles it out, now sets up his team. Chi over now to Nezi. Nezi back to Chi. Nezi at the 28-foot line, top of the key. Nezi now takes a small step right, over now to, Chi takes small, now to Nezi, now to Akothley, back to Nezi. Nezi looks to drive, 9-foot jump shot, no good. Rebound David. David puts it up and in, no good. Rebound Curtis. Curtis puts it back, no good. Curtis now fights for a rebound. It goes out of bounds. However, before we go out of bounds, we get a whistle and we get a foul.
Man, Aaron, this place is rocking. I'm looking across at the Winslow student section, and when they are loud, they're very intense. This is going to be a fun night.
As I'm not sure, they called that on Josh David, number 45. That is his second personal, and that's huge. To your point now about the crowd, this is unreal. This is unreal how loud it is in here.
Yes.
The ball's inbounded by Chi. It goes to David. Now Chi gets it back to Akothley. Akothley now fights, and we're going to push.
Okay, so correction, Aaron. I think that foul was called on 12.
They did move it to 12.
Yeah, they did give the foul to 12.
Because on the board it was, okay. Who is number 12? That's on the Falcons.
Yes.
Yes, that's Dasila. First personal, that is the third team for the Falcons. As that student section, it looks like it's a blackout tonight.
Yes, that was the theme for today, was the blacking out. We had a pep assembly earlier, and, we had our students really engaged in the game, so like you said, it should be a fun night.
Akothley puts up a 3-point attempt, and Bullcap says no, no, no. However, it goes out of bounds on the Falcons, so it's going to belong to the Bulldogs. Chi to inbound. Chi to Akothley. Akothley has it stripped by Dasila. Here come the Falcons. Dasila down left side. He goes left side, right hand. No good. Bullcap gets his hand on it. He loses it. Dasila gets it back, and that's 2 points. 5-5 early on in this game. Actually, we're not even early on. We are 3 minutes and 46 seconds left. Such a fast-paced game, Quentin.
Yes, it is.
As Chi has the ball for the Winslow over on the near side. Chi puts up a 3-point shot. No good. Rebound. That's Dasila.
Aaron, I don't know if this fast-paced game really benefits Winslow, and the reason why I say that is because of depth. You look at the bench depth. So I think Alchesay is a little bit deeper in terms of when it comes to bench depth. So, I don't know how long Winslow can keep up this pace, but, it's going to be, time's going to tell when we get to the fourth quarter.
Well, and when I look at it, it's not always, it's the bench can be a few, but it seems to me like Alchesay's bench is just a little bit deeper.
Yes.
Not only do they have 4 more players on the roster, it looks like it's a little bit deeper as Yazzie checks in for Yazzie. How interesting is that? So now we have Dasila over now to Antonio is in the game. Max Antonio, a solid ball player for the Falcons as Antonio left to right. As Antonio goes left, he goes underneath. He dishes it off to Butterfield. Butterfield puts it up, no good. Butterfield gets it back as a tip for Antonio. Butterfield puts it up and then Rashad Butterfield, 2 points, 7-5. That is the Falcons on top of the Bulldogs. Here's Chi over to Curtis. As I did see Taylor checked in the game. So here's David. David looking for Akothley. Now to Curtis. Curtis, swingman, can do it all for the Bulldogs. Over the far side to Chi. Chi tries to get into Taylor. It's no good. Now goes to David. David has a block, but a foul is called. As they're going to call that on 12, that's going to be Dasila. And Q, that is his second. But David goes to the line, and David struggled that first trip. It looked like he was out of rhythm on those free throws.
Yeah, and, I think the conditioning is going to play a large part because, like I say, he was out for a week. And we'll see how his conditioning goes.
Well, his first free throw's good.
Yes.
So that one looked great. As we have Ivins and Mason checking in. And you're right, Q. They are just rotating through this bench. Coach Goklish is hesitating, putting no one in right now. As David's second free throw is good. And Q, maybe he's found that rhythm because he just tied it up at 7.
Yeah, he probably had earlier in the game, jitters. And, like I said, this is a large crowd. And
as Alchesay comes right back and throws it over to Max Antonio. And Max Antonio hits about an 11-foot jumper from the baseline to put it in. Winslow now controls the ball. Akothley with the pass from Curtis. Now Akothley over, I believe that's Chi. Chi comes back to his left, now to his right. Chi swings, puts it up. That's going to be good. Shot. Jacoby Chi, 2 points, 9-9. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left. As Antonio with the ball. Antonio now over to Ivins. Ivins left, right. Now sends it to Yazzie. Yazzie dishes to Antonio. Antonio 6-foot jumper. No good. Rebound. Taylor. And Taylor, he's not the most athletic guy on the court, but his play is so solid. He gets great minutes and great effort every time he's in there.
Yes, he gets good positioning down there in the post. Aaron, I think, like I said, Jayton finally was able to, shoot the ball from the perimeter, and I think he's going to be a key to the game. Hopefully he gets started early.
Curtis just hits a Comfort Fit Dentures 3-point shot, and that gives Winslow a 12-9 lead. And something else I'm noticing, Q, is neither of these coaches have used the timeout as either team's pushed a little bit. And do you think that's because they both see it as a long game and those timeouts are going to be worth saving?
Yeah, and like you said, Aaron, I think, this benefits Alchesay because of their depth on the bench. And, we're going to see how this plays out, in the third and fourth quarter.
I'm curious to see the depth as well. As Winslow brings the ball down, Curtis loses it out of bounds. Now it's going to be Winslow's ball as Jeremiah Akothley checks in the game. Cheetah inbound for the Bulldogs. Chi sends it back to Curtis. Curtis left to right. Curtis now over to Akothley. Akothley sends it to one of his teammates in the corner. Now it's intercepted by the Falcons. Forward to Mason. Mason left side, left hand. No good. Rebound Taylor. Taylor sends it over to Nezzi, who brings it down for the Bulldogs. Nezzi now gives it to Akothley. Akothley over to Nezzi. Nezzi NBA range. No good. Rebound Mason, the Falcons. As Mason sends it over to Antonio. Antonio drives back out to Mason. Mason has it blocked by Taylor. Out now to Yazzie, 3-point range. Yazzie's shot from 3 is no good. Antonio with the rebound. Antonio now brings it out to the 28-foot line, top of the key. He does have a fresh shot clock. There is, I believe the shot and the game clock are synced up. So there's 19 seconds left. Winslow up 12-9 as Mason drives on Taylor. Mason's going to go up for the shot, but it's going to be no good because they're going to call a foul on Jalen Taylor.
Yeah, Jalen got beat on that play, and, he got that reach right there at the end and, commit the foul.
As we're going to get a look at that block right there, down on the Winslow, or the Winslow end, as we watch that block by Jalen Taylor. Mason's first free throw is no good, 12-9, 13.5 left here in the first quarter, as we've had a fast first quarter. Mason on its way. Second free throw is good. 12-10. Winslow on top. Akothley inbound. Akothley now to Chi. Chi back to Akothley. Over now to Curtis. Curtis puts up. Oh no. Now it goes back to Chi. Chi puts up an NBA range. It's going to be no good. Antonio's going to get the rebound. It's going to fall, and we're going to take a break at the end of the first quarter with the Winslow Bulldogs up 12-10. on the Alchesay Falcons. It's Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
Welcome back to Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com as we get set for the start of the second quarter, which leads us to our Northland Pioneer College tip-off when it comes time to tip off your college education. Tip it off at the college with the lowest tuition in the state, now offering bachelor's degrees in business and education. Northland Pioneer College, as Winslow controls the alternating possession. Chi has the ball. Chi brings it out. She sets it up, now gives it back to David. And Quentin, I noticed that it seems David is not playing as, that's a shot by Chi up and in. David does not seem to be playing his usual swing position. It seems that he's staying more inside.
Yeah, and I think with Coach Jordan, I think he's trying to limit his movement where he's not, having to stretch and, play so much on the perimeter.
Mason puts it up, and it's good for the Falcons. Back now to the Bulldogs. Curtis with the ball. Curtis now over to David. David now to Acothley on the far side. Now to Curtis in the middle. 3-point on its way. No good rebound, Micah Yazzie. Alchesay long court pass. It goes in, and that is Marcus Ivins with an easy 2. 14-14, tied all. As now David has it on the outside. It gets inside to Curtis. Curtis spins left, spins right, and he's going to get in. I thought they were going to, what? It looks like they're going to call Judah Yazzie on the arm. Is that what you saw?
Yeah, and I think Kyle was wanting a travel, but
I think so too. As Chi's going to inbound, Chi sends it way out to Taylor. Taylor now goes and sends it right back to Curtis to Acothley. Acothley out in the arc on the near side. Forward to David, or to Curtis. Chi puts up a 3-point shot. That is no good. As Ivins tries to. We're going to get Coach Goldfish with a timeout. We're going to go ahead and take it to the Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Welcome back, Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com as Antonio is going to inbound it to Dasila. Now to Micah Yazzie. Yazzie bringing the ball up. Now Yazzie goes to his left. He tries to drive the lane. He does drive. He puts it up. It is good. And he is fouled. And they're going to call that on Josh David. And that is David's third, as far as I can see in the book.
that is Josh's third? Wow.
Well, they have it up here as second.
That's
I thought it is his second. My eraser didn't erase very well.
Yeah, I think you counted that foul what we thought was a foul actually in the first quarter.
Any of you listening out there, we're trying to catch some scores. If you could bleep bloop them down there in the comments so we can see what's going on in some of the other games. Snowflake's hosting Tuba. That's kind of the one we're looking at. As the second shot is missed, it's going to go to Chi. Chi brings it down, tries the three. It is no good. Rebound Max Antonio. Antonio throws a long court pass to Mason. Mason gets the ball, puts it right up and in. It is 18-14. The Falcons are on top.
Aaron, see, that was what I talked about in the keys of the game is, I think Winslow's settling too much on the three-point shot and not running their half-court offense. And, you get those long rebounds, and Winslow's not getting back on transition.
As the three-point shot is put up there, Yazzie gets the rebound. Yazzie sends it forward to Mason, and Mason throws it back to Yazzie. Three-point shot on the way, no good. That is by Dasila. Rebound, Curtis. Curtis for the Bulldogs. Curtis now gives it up to Nezi, and Winslow not showing any signs of fatigue as they've had about a 7-man rotation. Now into Taylor. Taylor loses it, but he's going to be fouled. That's going to be the second team foul of the Falcons, as it's going to go against Micah Yazzie. Second team, but that is Micah's second personal as well. We're going to get a break, folks. We're going to get a timeout. We're going to go ahead and take it to this Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back to iTalk's Sholo Ford's presentation on iTalk of high school basketball. On iTalk 1067 worldwide, on iTalk1067.com. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted, folks, as there was a timeout called by Winslow. It is now going to be Winslow's ball. Chi to inbound. Chi inbounds to Taylor. Taylor now over to Curtis. Curtis over on the far side to Chi. Chi looks back to Curtis, back to Chi. Chi now brings the ball around and he tries to throw a no-look pass to Curtis. Curtis ends up with it, and that's two. Jaden Curtis, 2 points for the Bulldogs. Great look by Chi as Micah Yazzie brings the ball forward. Yazzie now to Antonio, back to Yazzie. Three-point attempt on its way. No good. Rebound to Cothley. Cothley now in a fast break. It's 2-on-1, 3-on-1 as it gets thrown away, but it is not going to be touched. Let's see that replay, Q. As it looked to me, now we have the advantage of replay that it might have been touched by the Falcons. We're going to go ahead and take another 30-second timeout. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
You have a vision, a brand to build, a message to share. You need signs that turn heads, apparel that makes a statement, banners that grab attention, and business cards to leave a lasting impression. Your success starts with the right tools. That's where we come in. Allegra Sholo brings your ideas to life with custom designs and top quality products, helping you stand out and grow your brand. Let's make something amazing together. Call Allegra Sholo today.
Welcome back. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 worldwide on iTalk1067.com is a quick timeout, 30-second timeout by the Falcons. Now gives the Falcons the ball, and they got to go a court length. So here's Dasila. Dasila over the time stripe. Dasila now to his left. Gives it, and it is stolen. It is stolen from Bullcap. Forward to Chi. As we're going to get a whistle, let's see if we can get that on replay, because you almost have to see it. And see if we can get it's a tough job sometimes, we're going to see, but it looked to me like there was an unintentional bump, as yes, it looked like they were going to call that on Antonio Nezi, and Coach Jerron Jordan did not like that call. And it's hard to even see from the replay, but you see a little bit as Antonio has the ball. Antonio now goes back to Dasila. Dasila back to Bullcalf. Bullcalf, three-point shot on its way. No good. Rebound, Yazzie. Yazzie gives it to Yazzie. Back out to Antonio. Antonio now to Dasila. Dasila goes right. Now Dasila goes back to Bullcalf. Bullcalf back to Yazzie. No, Dasila into Micah Yazzie. Micah Yazzie with the rare over the shot, no rim. As now Nezi brings it down for the Bulldogs. Nezi now to Chi. Chi left, right. Chi puts it up. That's going to fall. No good. Rebound bounces around. We're getting a whistle, and we're getting a foul. And I think they might be calling that on Micah Yazzie. They're going to call that on Yazzie. That is his third personal. That's going to be Rashad Butterfield checking in for the Falcons. It's going to be Winslow ball. Winslow with the ball. Inside to Curtis. Curtis to Taylor. Taylor, 2 points. Here's Antonio. Antonio has it knocked away. Chi ends up with the ball. Chi drives, puts it up and in. No, we're going to get a whistle, and they're going to call that foul on Antonio. And Q, you've reffed a lot of high school basketball. Explain right there why that got called on him as he kind of ducked in with his shoulder, but seemed to have stayed in his spot.
Well, what I think Brian saw was the fact that the defender was not in legal guard position, and so therefore that's why the block is called.
I see. So as you go and you look, it looked like I see exactly what you're saying. So great call by the officials.
Yeah.
As Chi's first free throw, his second free throw is good. It's 19-18, Bulldogs up. Now the ball is to the Falcons, Dasila. Dasila over to Antonio. Antonio, three-point shot on its way, no good. Rebound, Taylor has it. It bounces to Curtis, then Taylor secures the rebound. That's gonna have Nezzi bringing up the ball. Nezzi throws it out to Akothley. Now to Curtis. Curtis, three-point shot, no good. As Butterfield lets it fall out of bounds. It goes out of bounds with 2 minutes and 53 seconds left. The Alchesay Falcons are down 19-18 as Jeremy Nosey is going to check in for the Falcons.
Yeah, Aaron, that's what I was talking about earlier in the game. I wish Winslow would set, get into a half-court set and not shoot so many threes. And, that's what got Alchesay back in the game.
Well, it's kind of the old adage, which we've heard, is live by it, die by it. And right now, they're still up in the game, but it is hurting that half-court offense, like you said. As Dasila puts up a ball, it's no good. Dasila somehow gets it back. He goes up for the shot. It is missed. Curtis grabs the rebound. Now Curtis throws it to Akothley, who pushes it forward. Akothley to Nezzi. Nezzi has it knocked away. Nezzi and... That's going to be Nezzi and Dasila going for it as you watch that replay. As they call that on...
They call that on 12. That was a great call.
That was a call on Dasila. That's going to be Dasila's third.
Excellent call.
As Nezzi is now going to go to the line because we have the 15th foul of the quarter, and the 15th foul accounts for it's a two-shot foul now. First free throw is good. 20-18, 2 minutes and 18 seconds left here in the half. As Winslow now clears the lane and is going to let Nezzi put it in by himself. As that foul was unintentional, but it was still the offensive player having the advantage and the defensive player trying to capitalize, correct?
Yeah, he just took his legs out from under him, and 99% of the time that's going to be a foul.
Nezzi misses his second free throw. Now here's Antonio with the ball. Antonio over to Mason. Mason now on the far side to Yazzie. Back now to Mason, back to Antonio. That's going to be to Nosey. Nosey up and in, good. Jeremy Nosey ties the ball game with 2 minutes left in the first half. Here's Chi. Chi now forces it into Akothley. Akothley now back out to Chi. Chi wanted a shot. Now to Curtis. Curtis over to Nezzi. Back to Chi, back to Nezzi, back to Chi. Inside to Curtis. Nice, up and in. And Q, that is exactly your point. You saw that. They ran that half-court set and got an easy bucket into Curtis.
Yeah, like I said, they need to run that time down on the shot clock and just be patient.
As the Falcons get the ball back, and this time Rashad Yazzie goes right up, or Rashad Butterfield goes right up with it for the Falcons, and he puts an easy one up and in. Now we're going to get a whistle, and the ball is loose. And so the officials are going to discuss. It looks to me like it went out on a Coughlin, but they're going to discuss where it went. And I was wrong. They're calling it Winslow ball.
Robsey's lucky that they didn't get away with that should have been a foul.
I saw him fall down. As with 1:05 left, we are tied at 22. As we now get a technical foul. A technical foul on the Alchesay bench. Is that a player technical?
I believe that is on one of the assistants.
Actually, they called it on one of the kids. So we're going to get a technical foul here. As that's going to put Chi at the line. As Quentin, it was a player because his mother just came out of the crowd and slapped him in the back of the head, I think.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, Aaron.
Now, Q, you're a softball coach here at Winslow. If one of your mothers did that, do you applaud it or do you protect your player? I don't know what I would do.
No, I applaud the mother, you know. Because, you know, oftentimes you don't get that support from parents.
I don't know if she actually tapped him in the back of the head, but she wasn't
came
very
up and said something, and she wasn't happy with what he did. But, you know, I don't think I've ever seen that before, Aaron. I've been officiating for 24 years, and I think this is the first.
Well, nonetheless, she makes the second free throw. That's going to be ball out for the Bulldogs with a minute left. So Winslow is up 23-22 as now the ball is thrown away as Chi throws it to the Alchesay bench. As here come the Falcons, the inbound is to Antonio. Sorry, folks, I was trying to see what they were saying to Coach Goldfish on the bench. As Mason puts up a three. Rebound is by the Bulldogs. Curtis, monster board. 23-22, Winslow on top. As now the ball goes to Curtis. Curtis to Taylor. Taylor inside to Alchesay. Alchesay travels with it. Falcon ball. 37 seconds left.
That's a great call.
As here come the Falcons, as Nosey pushes it forward. Antonio with the ball. Antonio now goes to his right. Sends it back to Nosey. Nosey, three-point shot. Butterfield and Curtis tied up for it. They're going to say that Curtis kicked it out of bounds. So with 24 seconds left, the Falcons will have an inbound pass. Ball is inbounded to Nosey. Now over to Antonio on the far side. Antonio back to Nosey. Nosey at the 28-foot line, 18 seconds left. 23-22 Bulldogs. Inside to Butterfield. Butterfield, 16-foot jumper. No good, rebound. Actually, Taylor had the rebound. Antonio knocked it out of bounds. So it's going to be Winslow ball. Winslow gets the ball inside to Nezzi. Nezzi, 6 seconds, 5 seconds to Taylor. Taylor, 18-foot jumper. No good. Butterfield with the rebound, but it goes out of bounds.
That's Bowling.
As we get an out-of-bounds call, they're going to say, they're going to ask, I believe they're discussing if there's time on the clock, correct?
Yes, they're going to check and see. That's usually the center position of the referees to check the time. They're indicating that, you know, the time expired.
So we're going to say we're going to go to half, folks. We are going to come back and give you our Honda Ski and Outdoor Halftime Show. We're going to roll a break, come back in a little bit. We're going to go ahead and have the Honda Ski and Outdoor Halftime Show, as this is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
For years, he's battled the toughest opponent of his life.
He's down!
But today, with Dr. Arnaud and Comfort Fit Dentures, The fight changes. With Comfort Fit dentures and Sholo, you can taste the victory. With free exams and x-rays, an in-house lab, and payment plans starting at just $110 a month, Comfort Fit makes it easy to claim victory. Call today for your free exam and x-rays.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learning new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
This is iTalk 106.7's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store halftime show.
Welcome back to Cholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com. And it is now time for the Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show. For the best selection of hiking, camping, and fishing gear, go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Store south of Pine Top on Highway 260, just before the Honda Casino. Honda Ski and Outdoor. And Quentin, overall thoughts on the first half, and expound a little bit on that inside game you talked about for Winslow.
Yeah, I thought that Winslow, they shot too many threes. You know, when they were effective is when they let the shot clock run down and they were patient running their offensive set. And, you know, that's how they let Alchesay in the game, was shooting too many threes, and Alchesay's getting back in transition and getting easy buckets.
Well, one of the things I want to bring up is Jacoby Chi leads all scorers with 9. Alchesay is down 23-22, and their leading scorer has 5. And that is Austin Mason, who wasn't even a starter. So Alchesay, that depth, again, is what you talked about, is Alchesay's come in with that depth, and they've been able to play this game. We are going to see a physical second half no matter what. We're going to see guys in foul trouble, and we're going to see, because this is a win or go home. So I'm going to ask you the cliche question. If you're Coach Jordan, what are you telling your boys right now at halftime?
To keep the pressure on, you know, and I think Coach Jordan's going to have to figure out how to rest his kids and make sure that they're fresh into the third going into the fourth, because you don't want them to run out of gas. And Alchesay has the bench, and Winslow's I think what they're running with 8 kids off the bench.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's going to become a critical factor when we get to the end of the game. And he's going to have to figure out how can I keep my fresh, and we finish the fourth quarter strong.
So let's flip the script. If you're Coach Goklish, what are you telling your boys?
If I'm to keep the pressure on, and
I think they need to keep pushing it because their depth, they have a little bit more depth.
Yes.
And I agree with what you're saying. Push it.
Push it. And, I think that, he's probably going to play a lot more, press.
What are the percentages like?
And trying to create a lot of turnovers and, forcing an up-tempo game.
So, looking ahead, we do have some scores. Snowflake beat Tuba City 65-46, so Snowflake moves into pool play. This one, I got to make sure we're right, but one of our Facebook viewers has Coolidge 17, Santan Charter 24, 6:30 left in the second quarter. Now, Santan Charter is number 1 in the Copper Division, and Coolidge a pretty good 3A team. So we're not sure how that one's going. The other score we have is Gilbert Christian 28, Parker 13. 4 minutes left in the second quarter, and I'm not sure if that's a two-way bracket or if that's a open game, a Copper game.
Who is the 2 teams? I'm sorry, it's extremely loud.
Gilbert Christian and Parker.
Parker's a 3A team. Gilbert Christian, I believe, is a 2A school.
So that's got to be the Copper, because I was thinking the same thing. Now,
yes,
we did find out today that next Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday, this gym right here in Winslow, Arizona, is going to host the semifinals of the Copper. And I think it is fantastic because all the years we see, teams like Snowflake and Sholo going all the way to the Valley to play Valley schools who roll out of bed and drive 20 minutes, whereas these schools up here get at 7 and drive 3 hours. So next Saturday, Snowflake, the number 1 seed in the Copper, is going to play host to the Valley Christian Trojans right here. And then after that, Q, Tuba City is going to play, is it Ganado? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
we'll have to look at the Copper.
Let's look at it.
But
Bracket.
how cool is it, though, that this facility right here is going to host the Copper Open?
I think it's excellent.
It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. So as we look forward to that, we're going to figure out, folks, in the next little bit which games are going to be here on iTalk 106.7 Cholo Fort's presentation of high school basketball. But we're going to look forward to starting the second half. But we got to conclude our Honda Ski and Outdoor Show. So, Q, we can't really make a prediction because we're calling the game. But I got to say right now, out the gate of the second half, I do have to give a slight advantage to the Alchesay Falcons. However, Winslow is at home, and you never count out the home team.
Yes, this student section's rocking. We're at home. But, as we talked about earlier, Aaron, the fatigue, that's going to set into Winslow, when we get into late in the third, early in the fourth. And, I think Kyle's going to keep rotating those kids to keep those kids fresh. And hopefully Winslow, they have legs, when we get into the fourth quarter.
Well, nonetheless, I think we're in for a great second half. So, folks, we're going to go ahead and conclude our Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show. For the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear, go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor store south of Pine Top on Highway 260, just before the Honda Casino. Honda Ski and Outdoor. We're going to go ahead and take a break and give you second half action. This is Sholo Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
This has been iTalk 106.7's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store halftime show.
You have a vision, a brand to build, a message to share? You need signs that turn heads, apparel that makes a statement, banners that grab attention, and business cards to leave a lasting impression. Your success starts with the right tools. That's where we come in. Allegra Sholo brings your ideas to life with custom designs and top quality products, helping you stand out and grow your brand. Let's make something amazing together. Call Allegra Sholo today.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so we can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Welcome back, Show Fort's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 worldwide on iTalk1067.com. Before we start the second half with our Northland Pioneer College tip-off, we'd like to run down our sponsors, Show Ford, Ace Hardware, Honda Ski and Outdoor, Northland Pioneer College, Summit Regional Medical Center, Comfort Fit Dentures, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, Allegra of Show, and Deemer's Glass. But it is now time for our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off with the college with the lowest tuition in the state. Now offering bachelor's degrees in business and education. Northland Pioneer College. As Alchesay controls the tip, because of the alternating possession, it flips the side. Alchesay going to their bench side. Winslow going to their bench side. As Yazzie brings it in, Yazzie to Butterfield, now back to Yazzie. Yazzie puts up about a 13-foot jumper, no good, and that is David with the rebound. And I looked for David to get a little more involved. He took that time off, but he has been a long time without playing. As Curtis puts up a three-point shot, no good. David fights for the rebound with Yazzie. David ends up with it. Now back out to Chi. Chi, three-point shot. Comfort Fit Dentures, three-point shot. Jeremiah Chi, 26-22. Winslow on top. As Quentin, not good if you're a Falcons fan. As Yazzie drives, puts it up and in. That's going to be good. If you're, a Bulldog fan, is David had his hands on his knees there, already tired from the start of the second half.
Yeah, like I said, his conditioning, I'm not sure where that's hit right now. I mean, losing a week of conditioning, he was out. So that's going to be something, Aaron, that we need to continue to pay attention to.
As Alchesay misses a three-point shot, it rolls and goes, and it's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say it went out on the Bulldogs, which means it's going to be Falcon ball down 26-24, 6 minutes and 46 seconds left. As here's Micah Yazzie with the dribble. Yazzie now picks up his dribble, sends it over to Bullcalf. Bullcalf, 18-foot jumper, good. Daryl Bullcalf, 18-foot jumper, ties the ball game at 26, 6.5 left. You're listening to high school basketball presented by Sholo Ford on iTalk 106.7, KNKI Pine Top, Sholo, and 102.5 Pine Top. Kopaniki Communications Station. As it's missed by the Bulldogs, it goes down to the Falcons. Falcons comes back. Dosala misses a layup. Alchesay now with the ball. As Alchesay over to Chi. Chi, three-point on its way. Comfort Fit Dentures, three-point shot. Jacoby Chi.
Chi's starting to get hot.
Yazzie now for the Falcons, brings it up. Yazzie's going to put it up, but he's going to be fouled, as I think they're going to call that on David. And this is a little bit uncharacteristic of David, because normally he plays defense with his feet, but like we've said, being out with that injury, he's not back to, I would call it game shape. Is that a good phrase, Q?
Yeah, I think that's a great analogy. He's not in great shape.
Yazzie's first free throw is no good. Here goes Yazzie's second free throw. Good. Micah Yazzie. As David inbounds to Alchesay. 29-27. Bulldogs on top. Chi now over to Alchesay. Alchesay inside to Curtis. Curtis spins. Kisses it off the glass. Jaden Curtis. 2 points for the Bulldogs. 31-27. Bulldogs on top. As we get a three-point attempt by Bullcalf. No good. Rebound. Yazzie. Yazzie, easy. Bucket. 2 points. Micah Yazzie. Nezzy's going to bring it forward for the Bulldogs. Nezzy now puts up a long three. In and out. No good. Rebound. Alchesay. Alchesay with the putback. No good. He is going to be fouled. As Alchesay's going to go to the line to shoot two. Alchesay's first free throw is good. Here comes Alchesay's second free throw, 32-29. Alchesay's second free throw is good as well. As we have a whistle, we have a break in the action. As we're not sure what's going on. We're going to go ahead and take a break, folks. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk106.7.com.
For years, he's battled the toughest opponent of his life.
He's down.
But today, with Dr. Arnaud and Comfort Fit Dentures, the fight changes. With Comfort Fit Dentures and Sholo, you can taste the victory. With free exams and x-rays, an in-house lab, and payment plans starting at just $110 a month, Comfort Fit makes it easy to claim victory. Call today for your free exam and x-rays.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Welcome back, everybody. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk106.7.com. As we have been informed, there's been a medical emergency in the crowd. Folks, we do not know how long of a delay this is. We don't know any details. We don't want to report anything that we don't know for sure. But we have been told there's a medical emergency. The officials, as well as both teams, have been cleared to the locker room. Medical personnel has been notified. The medical staff here at Winslow, as well as the athletic director and the principal, are taking care of the matter. Folks, we apologize for this delay, but we want to make sure we get everything taken care of in the gym. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a little break and roll some commercials. We'll check in periodically if we know anything else. Bear with us, folks. Winslow is up 33-29. There is 5 minutes and 13 seconds left. We're going to do everything we can to come back and give you the conclusion of this game. However, we don't know all the details yet, but we're going to go ahead and roll some commercial break until we're able to come back and give you some facts and find out what is going on with the game. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk106.7.com.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
George Strait, Miranda Lambert, and $1,000 cash. With any windshield replacement, you start with 2 delicious dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters.
I love you so, so much.
And this year's big Valentine giveaway is one you'll never forget when you pick up 2 ground floor up close and personal tickets to see the King of Country, George Strait, live in concert. Joined by the incredible Miranda Lambert and $1,000 cash.
Honey, you're the best!
Fix your windshield. Get an amazing date night and maybe win the concert trip of a lifetime. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today. You know the jingle.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
You have a vision, a brand to build, a message to share. You need signs that turn heads, apparel that makes a statement, banners that grab attention, and business cards to leave a lasting impression. Your success starts with the right tools. That's where we come in. Allegra Sholo brings your ideas to life with custom designs and top quality products, helping you stand out and grow your brand. Let's make something amazing together. Call Allegra Sholo today.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so we can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
For years, he's battled the toughest opponent of his life.
He's down!
But today, with Dr. Arnaud and Comfort Fit Dentures, the fight changes. With Comfort Fit Dentures and Sholo, you can taste the victory. With free exams and x-rays, an in-house lab, and payment plans starting at just $110 a month, Comfort Fit makes it easy to claim victory. Call today for your free exam and x-rays.
Welcome back, folks. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. And as far as we understand right now, there was a medical emergency by a fan in the crowd. The fan was carried out, we're not sure, under their own power or assisted. Not sure. But we've got 2 different reports, a different report of 2 different medical emergencies. I hesitate to report on any of those until we know exactly what the facts are. We have some people looking to make sure we give us, as we are just waiting for the facts to come out, as medical personnel as well as police are here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a break as both teams are out, and they're going to get a little bit of a warm-up period. We're going to go ahead and take about a minute break and come back and see if we can give you any new information. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 and worldwide on italk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Welcome back, everybody. Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7. And as of right now, we know that the teams got a shoot around and were able to warm up. They put 1:20 on the clock. We are going to wait until we have the facts straight. With the way things are in the world nowadays, let's hesitate and make sure we get the facts straight before we say anything that's going on. So with 5 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the third quarter, the Winslow Bulldogs are up 33-29. I'm going to top off here and see if I can get one of the game management to give me an idea of what's going on. Give us 1 second, folks. All right, folks, welcome back to Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as we get set for the second half action with 5 minutes and 13 seconds left. The Winslow Bulldogs are up 33-29 on the Alchesay Falcons. Still waiting to get some details on what's going on, but nonetheless, we're going to carry and give you the second half action as Antonio over to Dosala. Dosala back now to Bullcalf. Bullcalf inside, now back out to Dosala. To Bullcalf. To Yazzie. Three-point shot. Max Antonio, three-point shot. We got a 30-second timeout. We're going to go and leave it here, right here, folks, because we're going to try to decipher the situation. As it is 33, as Max Antonio hits a three-point shot, it is now, I have 33-32, which is now has been fixed on the scoreboard. And Q, we had a medical emergency in the stands. They cleared the benches. The ambulance was almost, it was here almost instantaneous.
Yeah,
so they got the problem taken care of. So as of right now, the medical emergency has been, we don't know exactly what happened. We don't want to speculate, but there was an emergency. We wish the best to that fan, and we're going to continue with our ball game tonight.
Yes. So we have a lot of activity going on in the stands. I think, we got that straightened out, and, now we're back to basketball.
Back to basketball. Good to see. So 33-32. It is the Bulldogs ball after Max Antonio hits a Comfort Fit Dentures three-point shot. Now we have Jacoby Chi with the ball. Chi over now to Akathli. Back to Chi. Chi now goes to his right, back to Akathli. Akathli inside to David. David looks outside for Chi. It's now stolen by Bullcalf to Antonio. Antonio throws it away to Chi. Chi loses it to Dosala. Back to the Falcons. So a 33 on the shot clock. 33-32, Bulldogs on top. Bullcalf now to Antonio. Antonio going to work off the screen, but he sends it back out to Bullcalf. Bullcalf now over to Antonio. Antonio over on the far side to Bullcalf. Bullcalf behind the arc at the 28-foot line. Now Bullcalf goes left. It's knocked away by Chi, but gathered back in to Dosala. Dosala now looks to drive. Dosala drives the lane, no good. Rebound Curtis. Curtis forward to Akathli. Akathli over to Chi. Chi, three-point shot attempt, no good. Air ball. Yazzie with the rebound. Here comes Micah Yazzie. Yazzie to the near side. Yazzie now back. It's almost thrown away, but Antonio gets it back in. Antonio guarded by David. Antonio drives. Antonio now to Yazzie. Micah Yazzie to his left at the free throw line up. He's going to be fouled, and I believe they're going to call that on Jeremiah Akathli. That's going to be Jeremiah's second personal, and that is going to be the second team as that puts Micah Yazzie at the line to shoot 2. As Yazzie's really come alive in this quarter. Yazzie's first free throw rolls around and drops through. 33-33, 3 minutes and 36 seconds left. Yazzie squares up, looks at the line. Ball is no good. Chi with the rebound. Forward now to David. Curtis with the 3-point. No good. Rebound Antonio of the Falcons. Antonio to Yazzie. Yazzie back now to Dasila. Dasila carries it over the time stripe. Forward now to Antonio. Antonio drives the lane. He's going to be fouled, as that is going to be a foul on David. That is his 4th personal foul. Not good news. And that puts Antonio at the line to shoot 2.
That is not good news for Winslow. You know, David has 4. And
David does have 4 points on the night. And right now we're in a 33-33 game with just over 3 minutes left. But Antonio is going to go to the line for the chance for Alchesay to take the lead for the first time in about a quarter and a half. It is good. Alchesay does have the lead. As Truex, as well as Taylor, is going to check in. Antonio squares up at the line. Ball is on its way. It's up. It is good. Max Antonio, 2 points. Chi with the ball. Chi brings it over the line. Chi now over on the far side to Nezi. Nezi back to Chi. Inside to Curtis. Now Curtis sends it out to Chi. Chi now spins left, spins right. Tries to get into Taylor. Taylor loses it but gets it back. Taylor goes over to Alchesay. Alchesay now brings it out. Now Alchesay leans in for a shot. That one's going to be good. Jeremiah Alchesay. 2-point bucket. We are not at a 35 all. Here comes Antonio. Antonio wide open lane. He misses a bucket. Falcons with the rebound to Butterfield. Butterfield now out to Bullcap. Bullcap 3-point shot, no good. Rebound Chi as we're going to get a foul. And Q, that's an easy reaching foul if I've ever seen one on Bullcap.
Yeah, that was an easy goal. You know, he was just trying to stop the easy layup and the transition and just didn't get his feet out there.
So what I'm seeing this half is both teams do seem to have some fatigue. But again, I think that Alchesay depth is going to wear the Bulldogs down a little bit, but the Bulldogs are still at home. So we'll see as Alchesay gets the ball. Alchesay over now to Chi. Chi inside to Taylor. As that's going to be Truax is going to come in. He's going to reach in on Taylor, and we're going to be, and to me that was an easy call too. The crowd behind us doesn't agree with it. Ball is inbound to Curtis. Curtis put up a 3-point shot. It's no good. Rebound Falcons. Forward now to Butterfield. That goes to Dasila. Dasila with the Comfort Fit Dentures 3-point shot. 38-35, Alchesay on top. Over now to Chi. Chi's turn. Chi puts up a 3, it is no good. Rebound Falcons. Dasila tries to throw it to Nosey, it's knocked away. Dasila comes down. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound Truex. Taylor with his defense. Now it's back to the Bulldogs as Alchesay pulls it in to Nezi. Nezi now brings it up the court. Nezi to Chi. Chi's blocked. But there is going to be a foul as Chi's going to go to the line to shoot 2. And Jacoby Chi has really come on in this quarter as well. So Chi goes to the line to shoot 2. Q, I got to ask your thoughts on that whole last 2-minute exchange.
You know, it's just, Winslow's just not composed right now, and Alchesay has found the groove, and Winslow's going to have to settle down. It seems like Chi's taking the weight of the world, or the weight of the team on his shoulders, and Winslow is going to have to find someone else to bring in, pick up that load.
Punch, yeah. Because Chi right now misses his first free throw. He goes back to the line. It is good. We're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a timeout This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk107.com.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
Welcome back. Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 is with 1:27 left. The Alchesay Falcons are on top of the Winslow Bulldogs, 38-36. It is going to be Alchesay ball with 1:27, and both teams started out not using any timeouts, have really started to use them. As here comes Alchesay, Truex with the ball. Truex left to right. Now he gets it stolen by Taylor. The freshman Chi to inbound. Now Q, you talked about Chi putting the team on his shoulders. That's a freshman shouldering that. That's a lot to go through.
Yeah, Jacoby's very composed. He's a really hardworking young man. And, he's a freshman, but this kid's very skilled.
As the three-point shot from the corner is no good by Chi. Chi gets it back. He rolls it up. He puts it in. Jacoby Chi ties it at 38. Here come the Falcons. Truex with the ball. Nosey with the ball. In the corner to Truex. Now back to Antonio. Antonio over to Mason. Mason to Antonio. Bumped by Acothley. Back to Antonio. Back to Mason. Mason now left to right. Guarded by Acothley. To Butterfield. Butterfield now to Antonio. In the corner to Truex. Three-point shot attempt. No good. Chi with the rebound. Chi throws it to Acothley. With 12 seconds left. We are tied at 38. Over now to Chi. Chi inside to Acothley. Acothley puts it up. That's going to kiss off the glass. That's going to be good for Acothley as the quarter ends with the score. Winslow 40, Alchesay 38. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk107.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back. Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk107.com. We appreciate all you listeners this evening as we go to the fourth quarter with the score 40-38 in favor of the Bulldogs. Essentially wipe the score clean. Whoever can score the most this quarter is probably going to come out victorious. I'm Aaron Hewish. I'm joined by Quentin Hayes. We appreciate our cameraman tonight. We have Robin, Michael, and Triggs, as well as Mel, our producer. And we get started with our, not Comfort Dentures 3, our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off at the college with the lowest tuition in the state. Now with bachelor's degrees in business and education, Northland Pioneer College. As Chigos dribbles all the way underneath from the baseline, throws an underscore shot, it does no good. Rebound Falcons, Truex gets it. Truex brings it down. He puts up a 3, it's no good. Acothley gets the rebound. Now back to Chi. Chi back to Acothley. Both teams pushing it really hard as Acothley falls to the ground. As Chi gets it now, Chi goes to... Okay, Chi goes inside to Taylor. We get a whistle, we're going to get a foul. That's going to be Nosey. No, that's going to be on Docila. That's Docila's 4th. That is the first team It is going to be inbounded by the Bulldogs. Inbound is to Alchesay. Alchesay puts up a three. It's no good. Antonio tips it. It's gathered back in by David. Now back out to Curtis. Curtis to Chi. Chi with the ball goes to his right. Chi now looks to drive through traffic inside to Curtis. Curtis up and in. 2 points, Bulldogs. (42-38), Bulldogs on top. As Alchesay, Yazzie puts up a three. It's no good. It's somehow gathered in, and the Falcons get it back to Antonio. Antonio puts up a three, no good. Rebound is by David. Forward to Chi. Chi to Alchesay. Alchesay left sand, no good. But Taylor is right there to put it back up and in. 44-38, and there is a timeout. As the timeout is taken by the Falcons, it's a Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
You have a vision, a brand to build, a message to share. You need signs that turn heads, apparel that makes a statement, banners that grab attention, and business cards to leave a lasting impression. Your success starts with the right tools. That's where we come in. Allegra Sholo brings your ideas to life with custom designs and top quality products, helping you stand out and grow your brand. Let's make something amazing together. Call Allegra Sholo today.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so we can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Welcome back to Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 or worldwide on iTalk1067.com as the Winslow Bulldogs defeat the Alchesay Falcons by a score of 44. Excuse me, they didn't beat them. They're up on them by a score of 44-38. My apologies, as we got a lot of ball left to play with 6 minutes and 29 seconds left as Alchesay will inbound. Alchesay inbounds to Yazzie. Yazzie guarded by Alchesay. Yazzie goes to his right. Now it is temporarily tipped away, gathered back in by Yazzie. And we're going to get a foul as they're going to call a foul on Jalen Taylor. That is going to be Taylor's. Let's see. I have him as a second.
Actually, that's on Alchesay.
No, they call that on Alchesay. That's going to be his fourth. Here comes Antonio. Antonio goes in the rim. He's going to put it up. It's going to be no good. As they're going to call that one on Taylor. As Alchesay is in foul trouble. And I don't like that if I'm the Bulldogs because I don't want my players playing timid. And Alchesay is still in the ball game, up 44-38. Antonio to the line to shoot two. Antonio's first free throw is good. Q, I'm not sure. I think they did pull him out. They brought in back in Nezzy, but am I wrong? I don't want my player playing timid in this type of game.
No, because they're not going to defend, especially drives that's going through the lane. They're trying not to pick up that next foul.
As he does make his second free throw, and it's going to be intercepted now by Alchesay as Yazzie comes down. Yazzie over to Antonio. Antonio pushes it off to Bullcalf. Bullcalf drives now back out to Dasila. Over on the far side, Antonio back to Dasila as the Falcons looking to set up the offense. Now given to Yazzie, who comes over to the near side. Yazzie goes to his left. He spins. It is stolen by Chi. Chi gets the steal. Now Chi with the ball up 44-40. As every possession is getting to the point where it's going to count. Forward now to David. David spins, he looks, he drives. Now out to Taylor. Taylor now way back out to Chi. 20 on the shot clock as Chi drives, and he's going to be tripped. So that goes to a simple blocking foul. That's going to be the third team for Alchesay. And that is going to put ball out for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs to inbound. Over now to Curtis. Curtis puts it up. Comfort Fit Comfort Fit Dentures. Forward now to Antonio. Antonio all alone. Easy layup. Max Antonio, 2 points.
Aaron, that's what I talked about, those 1 3-point shots, get back in transition. And, that's what kind of has been the Achilles heels for Winslow as of late, of not getting back in transition defense.
As Winslow's going to take a timeout, we're going to keep it here, as I want to kind of further that point you were just talking about Winslow has been very good in the half-court game, but they've kind of gone in and out of it. They're up 2 with 5:13 left, but it just seems like the three-point rhythm is not in their favor.
It's not in their favor, and, it seems like when the shot goes up, you get the long rebound, and they're just not getting that, and I don't know if that's the fatigue factor or what the situation is, but, in order for them to be successful, Windsor's going to have to, let that shot clock work down and try to get the ball down in the post, I think, to Curtin and Curtis and Taylor.
As we appreciate all of you watching on our YouTube broadcast, is what a game, and folks, what an environment to be in. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Northeast Arizona, the Navajo Reservation, the Apache Reservation, the White Mountains, if you have not been to a game in one of these gymnasiums, in a game like tonight, you are not experiencing high school sports to their fullest.
That is correct, Aaron. I don't think I've seen this gym rocking. I think since the last game I've done with you, and I believe that was the Holbrook game.
Holbrook or Snowflake, and that Holbrook game.
Yes.
Let's talk about that one. I did notice that Coach Delmar Johnson chose this game to come watch tonight, as he's over there with Coach B.J. Little and Coach Ricky Greer taking it in. As Winslow is now to inbound. Ball is to Curtis, back to David, over to Chi. Over on the far side to David. David looks to drive. David now backs out as we get a whistle, and we get another foul. That's going to be on the Bulldogs.
3 seconds.
It's going to be a 3-second violation, not a foul. There's fouls and there's violations. Here come the Falcons. Yazzie with the ball. Yazzie now to his right. Gives it off to Antonio. Antonio, 17-foot jumper, no good. Rebound, Curtis! Curtis to Alchesay. Alchesay playing with 4 fouls. He now goes to his left. He gets it knocked away. Somehow gets it back and over to Chi. Shot clock is still at no reset, so we're at 20 on the shot clock. Alchesay on the far side. Alchesay drives. He floats it up. No good. As I believe they're going to call that on Taylor. That is Taylor's 3rd personal. 3rd team foul.
That was a good call, Aaron. He set the screen and leaned his shoulder in, and that's going to get called.
Dossela with the ball for the Falcons. Dossela to Antonio. Antonio shifts the ball to the middle. Shot from the middle of the key. It's going to be no good. Rebound, Jeremiah. No. Excuse me. Jacoby Chi. I'm thinking of Alchesay and Chi. Jacoby Chi. Now forward to Curtis. Curtis now to Alchesay. Alchesay takes the ball. He's at the 28-foot line. Now gives it to Chi. Chi inside. Chi puts it up. No good. Rebound, Yazzie. Yazzie forward now to Antonio. Antonio over to Mason. Mason puts it up. It's going to be no good. Butterfield with the rebound. Butterfield looking for someone. As now the Falcons and the Bulldogs dive for it. As the Falcons somehow get the tie it back. Forward to Curtis. Curtis puts it up. That's going to be good. As we got to sort out what happened there. As Curtis goes down, as there was a collision going for the ball, Dossela ends up injured, but because of the possession, they have to give the rights to Winslow to get that fast break, and then immediately as it's over, they stopped and gave time to Dossela to come out of the game.
Yeah, you can't stop the play during the middle of the play. He was injured. Winslow was in the process of a fast break, and you just got to let that play out. And dead ball, whistle blows, then we call a timeout.
So Alchesay is going to send Dossela to the bench as he was holding his arm pretty bad, and we get a chance to bring. So Alchesay has Yazzie, Mason, Butterfield, Nosey, and Antonio. Winslow has David, Curtis, Alchesay, Chi, and Taylor. As Antonio goes up and puts it in for 2 points. Coach Goklish desperately wanted a timeout. It was not recognized. Therefore, Winslow gets it. Up 46-44. Taylor with the ball, back to Chi. Chi over now, Copley. Three-point shot. No good. Rebound, Curtis. Curtis puts it in. 2 points. Here comes Alchesay. Nosey with the ball. Nosey to his right. Over now to Mason. Mason to his right. Inside whistle, foul. That's going to be on the Bulldogs. Falcons were not in the bonus yet. So they are going to call that on Chi. I believe that might be Chi's first personal foul.
Yes.
But it is the fourth team. Mason is going to inbound for the Falcons. Inbound is to Antonio. Antonio guarded by Taylor. Antonio drives into the middle of the key. He puts it up, that's good. Antonio, 2 points. As we get a whistle and a timeout, folks. Oh, that's not a foul. They're going to call it delay. Is that a delay of game?
That is delay of game.
Okay, so basically, Antonio, after he made the basket, it looks like he took the ball and then grabbed it and put it out of bounds, which is not, I thought they were calling a timeout on Coach Jordan, but it's nothing right now. It's just a warning. Chi has the ball. Chi brings the ball over now to David. Back to David. David now over to Chi. Chi pushes it inside to Curtis. Curtis back to Chi. Chi, a long three-point shot. That one's going to be good. Jacoby Chi for three. 51-46, 5-point lead. Yazzie with the ball to Antonio. Antonio now goes right. Antonio to Mason. Mason leans in. Whistle and a foul is we're going to get. No matter what, it's going to be a shooting foul because that's the fifth team foul. That's on David.
That's his fifth.
And that is his fifth. So there is going to be 2 shots by Mason. Alchesay with only 2 team fouls. That's his fourth. They called it his fourth. I had 5 in my book too. Mason makes his first free throw. 51-47. Falcons looking to get back in this game with the free throw from Mason. Mason squares up at the line. He looks, he fires. Good free throw. Mason. 51-48. Bulldogs on top. Chi with the ball. Chi guarded by Mason. Over now to Akafley. Akafley inside to Taylor. Taylor back out to Chi. Chi rolling jumper. And it's good. It's good, and they're going to call a foul on the Falcons. 53-48.
You know, Aaron, this is impressive, man, for a freshman to be this poised and carrying this team.
That's going to be 5 on Micah Yazzie and Clinton. That is a huge loss for the Falcons. With his role, he can hit threes, he can rebound. So Yazzie out of the game is going to be huge.
Yes, and Yazzie played his heart out tonight. You got to give credit to that young man. He's been playing his heart out.
8 points unofficial for Yazzie as she goes to the line to extend this, to look to extend this lead. His free throw is no good. Rebound Antonio. Antonio taking the ball forward for the Falcons. Antonio directing traffic. Antonio now goes to his right. Back out now to Bullcap. 3-point attempt by the Falcons. And that's Mason. Comfort Fit Dentures. 3-point shot. Your score, 53-51. The Bulldogs on top by 2. We're going to go ahead and take a break so we can collect ourselves. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk106.7.com.
For years, he's battled the toughest opponent of his life.
He's down.
But today, with Dr. Arnaud and Comfort Fit Dentures, the fight changes. With Comfort Fit Dentures and Sholo, you can taste the victory. With free exams and x-rays, an in-house lab, and payment plans starting at just $110 a month, Comfort Fit makes it easy to claim victory. Call today for your free exam and x-rays.
Welcome back to Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk106.7.com as the Winslow Bulldogs lead 53-51 with a minute 40 left. Q, thoughts moving forward. Not a lot of time left.
So if I'm Winslow, what I'm doing is, letting the shot clock run down, looking for maybe a pick and roll with Curtis and Chi and not rushing shots.
High percentage shots.
High percentage shots.
High percentage shots.
Exactly.
I say that for both teams, except Alchesay has been a little more letting him go this half, but I think they hold the advantage in a free-for-all type game. Winslow has to control high percentage shots for them right here.
Yes, like you said, I'll look for Curtis and Chi on that pick and roll and see if they can get Curtis posted up and get an easy bucket down in the paint.
As Winslow brings it in, David with the ball. David goes to Alchesay. Alchesay now dribbles back to his right, to his left, over on the far side. Alchesay now back to Chi. Chi, the freshman for the Bulldogs. Chi goes to his left. 19 on the shot clock. Chi now goes left. He pulls up his dribble, looking for a teammate as he gives it to Alchesay. Alchesay now brings it back out with 11 on the shot clock. Inside to Curtis. Curtis posting up Butterfield. Curtis, up and in! 2 points. Jaden Curtis, 55-51, as Alchesay brings the ball down. Nosey with the ball. Nosey over to Antonio. Antonio looks to drive. Antonio spins around. He's in the middle of the key. He dishes it. Butterfield out of bounds. Bulldog ball out of bounds. As David is going to inbound to Chi. Forward now to Taylor. Taylor left to right. Now we're going to get a foul on Antonio. And I don't think Antonio is in foul trouble. That's only Alchesay's 4th.
Yeah, next foul, they're going to the line, so both teams will be in the bonus.
So both teams are effectively in the bonus, as they are going to bring David out of the game. And I'm assuming, no, David is going to go inbound. My bad. David to Curtis. Curtis out to David. David to his right. David now looks at a wide open shot, doesn't take it, pulls it up. Back out now to Alchesay. Alchesay left to right. Alchesay, lane, jumper in the middle of the lane, no good. Rebound Falcons, bull cap. As we get a whistle and we get a timeout, we're going to go ahead and take it to the Show Forts presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 or worldwide on iTalk 106.7.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back, Show Forts presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 or worldwide on iTalk 106.7.com. As stay tuned, folks, after this game, we are going to go straight into our post-game show where we're going to name our Deemer's Glassman of the game. Need quality glass for your home or business? Call Deemer's Glass in Lakeside, 1-888-GLASSMAN. And our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Get your windshield repaired by the experts. Player of the game. Quentin, you got to be helping me out with that one. We got to be thinking about who we're going to give that to, because we're still in a very close ball game. So with 29.1 seconds left, the Winslow Bulldogs have a 4-point lead. It is going to be Alchesay ball. Alchesay is going to have to go the length of the court.
Yeah, looks like Winslow's going to come out of the man and see if they can take some time off this clock.
Butterfield to Antonio. Antonio dribbles it down. Antonio now goes to his left. Over to Bullcalf. Bullcalf has it stolen by Chi. Chi up and in. It's going to be no good. Rebound Alchesay. Forward to Bullcalf. As a whistle and a foul on Chi. That's going to put Bullcalf at the line. And Quentin. That changes a little bit of the dynamic on how you're going to play this last 8 seconds. Do you intentionally miss and hope for the rebound? Or do you simply foul right away and get your chance back? But it's going to depend on this first free throw.
Yeah, I'll see you hit the 2 and foul right away.
Chi's up, it is. No good. No good for Chi. We get a whistle, we get a timeout. We're going to go ahead and take it, folks. This is Show Forts presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk 106.7.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Welcome back to Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com as the Winslow Bulldogs up 55-41 on the Alchesay Falcons. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor, Show Ford, Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center, Ace Hardware, Honda Ski and Outdoor, Northland Pioneer College, Summit Regional Medical Center, Comfort Fit Dentures, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, Allegra of Sholo, and Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. The broadcast would not be possible without these sponsors. Patron them, give them your business so we can keep bringing you games like tonight. And boy, what a game as it is, as it has lived up to all the hype. The reason we chose this game, Q, is for a game just like we're having.
It gets no better than this, Eric.
It doesn't. Bullcap's going to go to the line. Bullcap's going to go to the line. Bullcap down 4, 55-41. As we have a whistle and the athletic director, Mr. Greer, has been called out. I think we might have, is it a rowdy fan situation? Q, have you been too rowdy this game?
I don't know what the situation is. He's standing behind the scores table, so maybe there's some words.
As here's Bullcap's second free throw. It is up, it is no good. It's out of bounds on the Bulldogs. It's going to go to the Falcons with 7.3 seconds left. The Winslow Bulldogs are up 55-51 on the Falcons. Bullcap to inbound. Bullcap to Antonio to Mason. Mason puts up a three-point shot. No good. Rebound. And the game is over as the Winslow Bulldogs defeat the Alchesay Falcons by a score of 55-51. As we go right to our post-game show. First, we're going to have Deemer's Glass, our glass man of the game. Deemer's Glass in Lakeside, 1-888 Glass Man. As our glass man of the game is going to be Jaden Curtis. 17 points for Jaden Curtis. What a fantastic job by him. 17 points, and he is our Deemer's Glass man of the game. Need glass for your home or business? Call Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Quality glass at affordable prices. Call Deemer's Glass in Lakeside, 1-888 Glassman. As next we have, we're going to grab it real quick. Next we have our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. We're going to try to get him on the air real quick here. As our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, get your windshield repaired by the experts. Player of the game is going to be Jacoby 3. We are joined now by our Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. No, our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass player of the game, Jacoby Chi. Jacoby, unofficially, I have you with 20-plus points. Talk about your play tonight.
No, it was playing to get into the state tournament, so I just wanted to come out here. We already lost twice to these guys, so I don't want to take any more losses from them.
So, I don't disagree with that. How did that stoppage in play affect you guys? Was it able to give you guys a chance to regroup? Talk about that stoppage.
Yeah, I think it was just regrouping because before those two games that we weren't there, and in this game, we all just kind of huddled and just told everyone this is could be the last game for the seniors, so we just wanted to keep playing.
Well, congratulations on the win. I want to talk about the play of Jaden Curtis tonight. Jaden Curtis came in and just absolutely was everywhere on the basketball court. Talk about the play of your teammate.
Yeah, he's good. He's good at rebounding. I think he's like has most rebounds in the state for the North. So, yeah, he's a pretty good guy.
So moving forward in the state tournament, I think at this point, you guys don't care who you play.
Yeah.
You just care about how your team's playing.
Yeah, it's good. We just want to keep moving forward.
So, having Josh David back tonight, that had to have boosted your team a little bit.
Yeah, you know, he's one of our tallest guys on the team, always getting rebounds for us, so he was a big advantage tonight.
So, as we look at your team and look at you guys moving forward, probably your last game here in Winslow High School, but at some point in the game, you seem to shoulder your team. You're a freshman.
Yeah.
That takes a lot for anybody to do, let alone a freshman playing in his first state tournament in a game like this. Talk about putting the team on your back and what that meant to you to be able to come up with a win.
Well, Coach Jordan, ever since I came up here, he had high expectations for me to be a leader on the team, so I'm just playing my role on the team.
Congratulations, Jacoby Chi. You guys are moving on in the state tournament. Congratulations to you. You are our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Folks, as we come back to our post-game show, as I'm going to talk to my partner in crime here tonight, Mr. Quentin Hayes. Quentin, you work here at the school.
I do.
You ref high school basketball, you ref high school football, you coach the softball team. You're around high school sports. Tell us about this atmosphere tonight.
Yeah, man, it was incredible. I know that our student council has been pushing for our students to get involved with our games. And I think last time when Alchesay came here, it was kind of like a home game for Alchesay because they had more fans, and they didn't want that to happen this time around. So, therefore, if you look at our student section, man, I'm proud of our student section.
Well, Alchesay didn't have a slouch of a student section either, and they were both going back and forth. So the effort tonight by the fans was incredible.
Yes, it was. And, this is what you live for, Aaron. And you coach softball, is this playoff, get to the postseason. That's the most important, and I think the most exciting part of the season is, you play hard, you practice, and, you reward yourself with, that postseason play. And, this is incredible. I don't know what the cards hold for Winslow from here on out. I guess the brackets will post tomorrow, but this has to be exciting.
Well, and we don't have an official count on what the attendance was, but we do know it was full and it was loud. And right before halftime, we kind of looked up and noticed that even the corners had filled in, and there was a little bit of overflow going on top. So a great atmosphere tonight at Winslow High School, Don Petronovich Gymnasium, a game that Petro would have been proud to smile down upon watching his Bulldogs tonight.
Yes, absolutely.
And one of the best high school coaches and one of the best people to be around high school sports, who this gym's named after. So we got to conclude our broadcast, and I'm almost sad to, but we're going to come back and give you another state tournament game when everything gets shaken up. I appreciate Quentin Hayes for joining me tonight, for Robin, Michael, and Triggs on our camera, for Mel, our producer. This has been Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com. Good night.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 KNKI Pinetop and iTalk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports, and Comfort Fit Dentures. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 106.7 and Country Mountain Airways, a Kopaniki communication station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the express written consent of iTalk 106.7 or Country Mountain Airways is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to iTalk1067.com.